Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day, and thank you all so much for taking the time to support the channel. We are back with a new deck guide, a free-to-play slash artisan slash budget new player build, whatever you want to call this. We will be using 0 rares and 0 mythics within this deck, and that's actually what makes it an artisan deck. That's a format within Magic the Gathering if you're unfamiliar. Decks consisting of solely commons and uncommons. Very easy to assemble these decks on your wallet, and the amount of time that it would take if you are farming the builds, right? Easily completable through a limited experience. If you play some draft to complete the set, you should have all these cards. If not, the commons and uncommon cards are, disposable, if you will, more so than the mythics and rares. Anywho, now that you know what's going on, we're going to break down the deck list in its entirety, talk about the strategies, the synergies held within, demonstrate this within our gameplay footage, wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and deck upgrade guide if you are looking to take it to the next level. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help support. You can also become a YouTube member for access to our exclusive Sunday members-only stream, where you get to challenge me directly for bragging rights. Let's take a look at the new Artisan build. Here we are. You'll see immediately that it is an Anvil deck. What a fantastic budget card. Since it came out in Kamigawa, it has been definitely in the spotlight multiple times. Recently, kind of fading away, though. And, after today's video, you're going to see this deck everywhere. So we're going to fix that, nip it right in the butt. And, you need to look no further within the deck to see what we're building around. The Oni-Cult Anvil for 2. As an artifact, whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Fantastic, right? Furthermore, you can sacrifice an artifact to deal 1 damage to your opponent. You gain 1 life. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, a little bit confusing in this card because it says this ability triggers only once each turn. And typically we'd want to, use this on our turn and our opponent's turn, but also simultaneously saying during your turn, right? So it kind of may be a little confusing if you're new to the game. But whenever you sack, you're going to deal that damage, gain life through the tap ability. Always, no matter whose turn it is. And then when an artifact dies during your turn, you'll create, or is destroyed, I should say, leaves the battlefield in any shape or form. You get the 1/1 construct, which is fantastic, right? And then, once we have that construct, we're going to utilize it to re-trigger the Anvil over and over again. There are plenty of other artifacts in the deck for us to sack to kind of get things started with the Anvil, which, again, is non-legendary, meaning that we can stack it and have multiple copies in play. First and foremost, let's talk about the creatures. The Voldaren Epicure for 1 mana is a 1/1, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage and creates a blood token. So, this is great for 3 reasons. First, you get a body. It's a 1/1 for 1. Fantastic. Secondly, you're dealing 1 damage. And then third, creating the blood token. Fantastic. On a similar note, the Bloodtithe Harvester for 2 mana, a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Fantastic. It itself is a nice body at 3/2. And then we can tap it to sacrifice the Harvester. Target creature will receive -X/-X until the end of turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens that you control. It's pretty cool. Another way to make a blood token here as well will be the Sanguine Statuette for 2, an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Whenever you sacrifice a blood token, you may have the statuette become a 3/3 with haste. Fantastic, right? So, that's kind of what we have going on for the blood tokens within the deck. More creatures, including the Smelter for 2. It's a 2/2, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, create a 3/1 construct artifact with haste. Beautiful. And then finally, the Hand of Hatred for 3, a 1/3, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 2/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Search your library for a card through a tap, put it into your hand, then shuffle, activating only if 5 or more creatures have died this turn, which surprisingly is possible. And in this deck, in this video, I pulled this off for the first time in my career. What a reward. Achievement unlocked. So that's kind of what we have in the deck for creatures, other than our newest addition. Last, but certainly not least, the Gixian Infiltrator for 2. It's a 2/1, and whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on the Infiltrator. So, you know, this is going to grow and become quite formidable. You know, we've had this as like a 16, 15 before. So it's no joke. This card grows, and it grows quickly. And if it's not dealt with, you know, that's just like a hammer, you know? Okay, so we've talked about the creatures, we've talked about the anvil. Let's talk a little bit about the removal in the deck. Go for the Throat, destroying target non-artifact creature. Abrade, destroying artifact creature. Or regular artifact. Or just dealing 3 damage to a creature if it's not an artifact. So, together, these cards cover the field very nicely. Both for 2 mana at instant speed as well. Moving on, we have Voltage Surge for 1 at instant speed, 2 damage to creature or planeswalker. If we sacrifice an artifact when we cast it, 4 damage instead. 4 copies of Cut Down, destroying creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. Eaten Alive, 2 copies of this for 1 mana at sorcery speed. As an additional cost, you may pay 4 or sacrifice a creature to exile creature or planeswalker. Beautiful. And then, you know, some draw. Mishra's Research Desk, an artifact that we sacrifice and gains us more cards to play. Pay 1, tap it, sacrifice it, exile the top 2, choose 1 until the end of your next turn. You get to play that card and recasting it from the grave through Unearth, which is fantastic. And then the Experimental Synthesizer, in a similar fashion, for 1 mana as an artifact, enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of turn, you may play that card. Then you can pay, and whenever it enters or leaves the battlefield, that is. And of course, pay 3 to sack it, create a 2/2. If you want to do that, we can sack it with the Surge, we can sack it with the Smelter, we can sack it with the Anvil, right? So there's multiple ways to get this synthesizer out of play. And of course, you know, you can make that Samurai 2 for 3 mana if you want. That's the deck, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. It's a fantastic build, and you know, I really do think that we've got it fine-tuned with the ratio of you know, value, you know, the desk, the synthesizer, to the removal, the cut down, the Eaten Alive, the Surge, the Abrade, the Throat, and then, you know, the kind of field presence within the creatures, the blood tokens, the Hand of Hatred for the additional sacrifice on this Infiltrator every turn, you know, the Harvester, the Smelter, the Statuette. It's all just working so well together. I hope you enjoy. And again, you know, if you're new to the game, or you're just looking to kind of save up your wildcards for Phyrexia, All Will Be One, the newest set coming to Arena soon. I believe February something, 7th, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But it's soon, so you might want to be saving those wildcards, and this is going to be a great way to you know, help you get to that new set while keeping the game fresh and, you know, trying to win some matches along the way. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, help support if you can. It really does go a long way, and you can become a YouTube member to challenge me directly every single Sunday as well. Let's play some Magic. Here we are, the new free-to-play Anvil deck. Turn 1, Voldaren Epicure, dealing 1 damage to the Gator. We have a turn 2 Anvil, which I like. They draw, make the tokens. Let's sack that blood token immediately. Deal 1, pass turn. I guess the Infiltrator can grow. It's a hard call. If we get that 4th land, we can double drop. Either way, I suppose. Oh, Urza. Okay. I don't care about the damage so much. I have to immediately kill Urza, right? Like, that's just what's happening today. Of course, I would have liked to, you know, maybe play that Infiltrator or the hand, but this is the requirement. We can actually just let this die. Take the trade. It replaces itself. They really have the ability to outpace us. I'm going to play this Infiltrator. Sack the desk. Infiltrator goes up. Thank you for the land. I'm sure there's a Wandering Emperor, but, you know, just get after it, right? Thanks. This is a perfect way to showcase our free-to-play deck against one of the greatest decks in the meta. Like, this is such a powerful build.
Guards, to me.
We'll take the trade. Just get it out of here. We could sack the artifact if we need, because there's, you know, a couple different ways for us to play one. A second red source would be best, but if not, maybe we'll just Harvester or Synthesizer.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Yeah, this is actually ideal. And we can just run this trap forever, hopefully. I mean, probably not. They've got, well, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. We have plenty of draw as well. I was going to say they've got, you know, maybe some more sustainability than us. We can cycle the blood token. Toss the synth, which I don't like, but I don't want to lose my Hand of Hatred. Again, you know, we're on thin ice here. It could be another Wandering Emperor. It could just be removal. Soaring City. That's good play. End turn. Still looking for a second red source. Same old, same old. The life gain that they have through the third path and the Sunset's Revelry is problematic, to say the least. I don't want to lose all these anvils to a farewell either, so we might be, you know, a little bit more cautious than we typically are. Bully. Okay. That is interesting. I guess we smash. Take the trade. Because it's going to be a 4 with first strike that we can't, you know, really do anything about. There it is. Union of the third path. The sustainability through life gain and draw is fantastic. Very annoying. We're going to take 3 down to 19. Very love it. Fair and playable.
You know, I've always got time to fight, Eve. It's nice to see a familiar face.
Interesting. That doesn't look like a farewell. Where is my second red source.ca? Ay, ay, ay. The smell of desperation. Ooh. Hello. It was pretty good.
Mind is willing, but the body
Say what you will, we'll probably
hurts.
still lose. But, I mean, performing fairly well, considering that we are an artisan / free-to-play beginner budget build, in comparison to this finely tuned
I have
meta
got
deck,
new moves to teach you.
which is hitting hard. I know I could sack my own anvil and get the kill on that 3-3, but hold the phone. Can I have some more removal, please? Well, where have you been? Maybe double drop these anvils next turn. We're still a little bit further back than we'd like to be. We do make the 2-1. See how cool that is, dude? Badass. How do we survive next turn is my question. We're gonna get hit for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. I don't want to lose an anvil though. I don't think we have much of a choice. Alright, lose one now, play 2 next turn. Oh, you're such a dog. Woof woof, baby. I'm actually fairly proud of this deck performing so well. Ooh. Maybe they have another Emperor for Urza. I wouldn't put it past them. Get the kill on Lagomos. They just have maybe Seed of the Emperor. I do not know. Alright. Chump block here. Still taking 6. Down to 8. Cycling a Rafine's Tower. Pushing up the Spalret. Land. Argo. This is as good as it gets for me. I'm going to still do them separately. I'm going to cut down the 2/1 elemental token. Oh, that's cut down, not eaten alive. I thought that was eaten alive in my brain this entire time until just now. LOL. My bad. It's a 1 drop that's black. That's eaten alive, right? Oh my gosh. Whoops. Urza dodging cut down is very cool. We do gain 2 life here, so it's like we're only taking 1 damage. Cut down HCG. Not. I'm still laughing about that. Not eaten alive. Fantastic. Oh, I'll get you.
We
I'll
must
get you.
protect the people.
I don't think there's any other use for this. Spend your mana. Ay, ay, ay. I think I'll just attack with it and then triple chump. Right? Instead of forcing the end of now. Oh no, we don't want a triple, and it has to be... I'll just do it now. Because we don't want to lose all of them. So we wouldn't actually ever be using all 3 of them. We'd only ever be using 2 of them anyways. Still, looking like we're very much at a disadvantage. But again, I believe it speaks to the deck's true power level that we're able to be in this still. Curious situation we find ourselves in. I'm just going to let that 3/3 die in case it is a Seed of the Empire on the stack. No. Interesting. Huh. You are a good card. I'm kind of saving a Braid to kill Mightstone Weakstone. Alright, alright, alright. No attacks, sadly. Brutal, I know. I need that Infiltrator to defend. I don't ever really want to risk an attack into another Emperor. That'd be sad. Maybe we just take it. No counter magic being used. It's kind of my attempt here is to pull that magic. Alright, we're blocking. We survive Seat of the Emperor. Empire? Emperor? I don't know. The White Channel Land. How about that? You know what I mean. Wow. I'm gonna take this damage. Let's get after it. It's beautiful. Really? This is the first time I've ever activated this, chat. The first time I have ever activated this card. What do we want? Just removal on that token. Another desk would really be good too. Greedy. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's do this in case they farewell our graveyard. We still have 3 mana, which is enough to cast anything on our entire deck. Loving that land. They have to farewell us at this point. Just take it slow. We could attack here, but I can guarantee you there's another Wandering Emperor ready to take this Infiltrator. You know? Achievement unlocked. Free tutor. Right? That was overwhelming. Okay, making a Sammy.
We must protect the people.
Oh yeah, we're doing it. We've tied the game up here, 11 apiece. Believe it or not. I'm going to keep that blood token to cycle if we draw a land. That's not a land. Let's see what we got. Two more. There's 18 lands on the deck. If you're curious why we're drawing them all, it's because we just have so many. It's beautiful. Again, doing this in case they take our grave. Do they counter this? Or they're going to finally remove my Infiltrator? I've been waiting for that counter all day. Nice. It has to be a Wandering Emperor, right? Should we just force it? Maybe. I'd love to see. I can almost guarantee you we lose the Wandering Emperor. The Infiltrator to the Emperor. Which we'll see here. I'm being impatient, though. Maybe I just threw away the whole game. I don't know. We'll see.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa.
They need to
and
exile
only
this
you
Infiltrator,
protect
or at
my
least
people.
block it with a 2-2. I go to 10 here. Yep.
My judgment is fine.
I'm close. Our worst fears were realized. Every deluge. That's going to help them find life gain. Probably just a farewell anyways, you know? They're back in it, chat. This has been a fantastic match as far as playing an Artisan build, not just getting stomped out immediately.
For good.
So no farewell because they made a
Let your
creature.
blade do the talking.
Interesting. Keep the blood token, just in case we top deck a land, which is unlikely, but... All right. Close. We are very, very close. Farewell or bust for my opponent. Our opponent. Four cards in hand. Depopulate destroys everything. Close. We're so close. Interesting. 5 mana available. 3 life. We have lethal. This is it. Make the play. Oh yeah. YES. They have another Emperor. And we killed them on the stack. Could be third path. And we also killed them on the stack. That was fantastic. An amazing game. Two very powerful decks. All right. So that was a pleasant surprise. I'm not sure I've had to work for a win like that in a while. However, what a rewarding win it was. You know, literally one of the best decks right now. I just put it out on YouTube, Zergza. It wins games. I think we got lucky. You know, we dodged their farewell. So that's a big bonus. But still, they played so many mythics and rares, and not a single one to be found in our deck. That's fantastic. However, if you did want to put some in your deck, I have some suggestions. First, your land needs to be the Sulfurous Springs, not the dual land, right? The one that comes in on 3. If it doesn't, it's tapped. Because our curve is so low, we don't want that land in our opening hand. It's really important to play out of the gate. We've got a lot of life gain, so we don't care about paying 1 life. So the Springs would be fantastic. Ob Nixilis, you know, this is just... it's fantastic. You know, creating the 1/1 that deals damage. The ultimate, you know, dealing even more damage if we want, or just drawing a bunch of cards, which is crazy. And then the perpetual shutdown of their hand, you know, forcing them to discard or taking life loss. And, you know, if we can do this on top of the anvil, it really does add up. On that note, you know, we got a lot of red cards in the deck. You know, even the black cards are red, other than the Infiltrator. Keep this in mind, right? Or colorless artifacts. So I think the Warfare would work really, really well. Of course, Kiki Jiki, because why not? Braids, Arisen, Nightmare. Very, very good with this archetype. Sacrificing your own things, you know, drawing more cards and dealing damage to them. And then the Crown, you know, that's just going to help us maybe put out some more damage and draw some cards along that journey as well. So, you know, those are kind of my suggestions for the deck if you're looking to take it to the next level. Of course, you know, it operates very nicely as this budget build. But by all means, you know, if you've got the lands, definitely put those in there unless you're running in an Artisan event. And then the rest, you know, you can kind of play with and utilize these, if you will. You know, if you go Warfare, you're taking out the Infiltrator, right? It's as simple as that. If you're going Warfare, you're not going Braids. It's not just like throw everything in this list in. Kind of make the choice of which way you'd like to take it. Of course, much like the Springs, Kiki Jiki could go in no matter what, though, right? That's just like a immediate ad. All of that, right? So anyways, you know, just thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have an absolute magical day. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to help support for free. If you want to go above and beyond, you can become a YouTube member. And then you'll gain access to my stats, my untapped profile, the deck list as we make them, all of the stats, which is really cool. As well as that Sunday members only stream on YouTube where you can challenge me directly. We'll play some matches, we'll build some decks, and just have a fun time, okay? You know, we'll see you soon in the next. Regardless, can't wait. Bye-bye.